Hello, hello, hello. How are you? This is Robin R. Robinson with Big Age Love. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy schedules to spend a little time with me. It is Thursday, November 20th. It's 11:25 a.m. Central Standard Time, a week before Thanksgiving. Again, Big Age Love. This is a show for savvy and wannabe savvy folks age 55 and over who want to age well. You want to stay relevant and fabulous. You want to keep your mind moisturized because a moisturized mind is a magnificent mind, and you want to stay as cute as hell in the process. Thanks again for stopping by. I got a lot to get into today. The subject is important. I think it's very, very important for all of us, no matter what your age is, but especially if you're over 55, if you're a big ager. So, my tips today are 5 rationales and suggestions on making your big age dreams come true. If you see my eyes going to the right, or yeah, to my right, probably to your left, depending on how the camera sets up. I'm going over my notes. I don't have this memorized, but I do have my talking points, so please bear with me. And I appreciate you being patient with me. Thank you so much. Okay, 5 rationales and suggestions on making your big age dreams come true. First of all, you got to realize that your dreams are valid. They were given to you by God. They're instilled in you by a desire, the talents that He gives to each of us. And your dreams are your will to succeed. It's something that you've always wanted to do, something that you're very, very good at. That you're very, very good at. It comes second nature to you. You visualize yourself succeeding in this role, in this task, and your energy is magnified when you talk about it, and you light up when you talk about it. You have a proclivity for it, and it's something that you pretty much always wanted to do. So that is a way that you can tell what your dreams are. Your passion for it is unparalleled. um, the reasons I just mentioned to you is that those are the foundations that you need to complete your quest. Your passion, your desire, your talent, your will, your visualization, all of that is very, very necessary. Number two, why not you? It's simple. Why not you? Other people have dreamt and fulfilled their desires and have gone after the things that they think are very important that they want to succeed in. There's no reason why you shouldn't either. There's enough to go around. There's plenty to go around. God made enough to go around. So it's not about lack and limitation. It's about your passion and the fact that you love it so much. And go for it. I mean, why not? I mean, it's simple. Why not? Um, you've got to have things in your life that bring you fulfillment and joy and satisfaction and purpose and happiness. I mean, it's necessary, but it is a process, and you've got to remember about that. It is a process. Now, if you think about it, the beginning rung on a ladder, the beginning rung on a ladder. Hopefully, this is I'm sorry. I'm still, like I said, learning how to drive this thing while I'm building it. Okay. The beginning rung on the ladder is there for a reason. The beginning rung is at the bottom. So it is very, very unlikely for you to get to the top of the ladder in 3 or 4 steps. It's not advisable. It's not healthy. It's not going to be without risk of falling off the ladder, hurting yourself, hurting your ankle. You've got to go one step at a time. It is a process, and it would be problematic and wouldn't make sense. So why would you want to do that? So uh, another thing, you've got to believe in that you can do it and that you will succeed and that it's for you. I know it sounds easy, and it's easier than it sounds, but you gotta believe. You gotta believe. And there'll be setbacks, and you'll have your doubts, and you'll feel frustrated. But that's all part of it. It's kind of like the patina on your soul that I mentioned before. Uh, you've got to have the grit. You've got to be ready for the game in the long haul. I mean, it's almost like watching football. Most teams that win football games, their uniforms are not pristine. They're dirty, they're messy, they're muddy, the whole bit. You cannot win a football game, especially a close football game, if your uniforms are pristine and white and there's no indication that you've really had a hard fought battle. Um, Let's see what else. There's also excitement in the journey because you're not going to be the same person that you were when you finish, because you're going to learn, you're going to grow, you're going to have experiences that will make you a better person and stronger and wiser and make you have um, the opportunity to step out of a box that you're used to being in. So in that regard, it's going to be wonderful. It's like, you have to think of your dream as a muscle and you have to use it on a regular basis, and it won't get stronger unless you do use it. If you don't use your muscle, your arms, your brain, your any muscle in your body, it's going to get flaccid, it's going to get weak, it's going to get non-existent. And when it's in that state, it's not going to be useful to you. So you've got to use it and utilize it. And success to everybody is subjective. And what's successful to you is not what successful is to me. And Oxford Dictionary says success is defined as the accomplishment of an aim or purpose of achieving desired aims or attaining fame, wealth, and social status. So there's a whole plethora of what success means to everybody, but it is the achievement of a goal and objective that has been completed, that you feel satisfied about, and you're comfortable with it and happy with it. That is success to me. And your success to you is what is your success to you. Let's see now. Number three, you got to kind of like keep your dreams close to your chest. You don't need to tell everybody everything, okay? My mom used to tell me, don't let your left hand know what your right hand's doing. And because, in other words, unless you have an accountability partner, you don't need to be giving people your schematics and your workups and your blueprints and your business plans and your mock-ups and your step-by-step instructions. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, and when the baby is born, that's when you can say, "Voila, it's done, it's happened." Those kinds of things that I just mentioned, the plans, the mock-ups, the schematics, and all that. Those are what are the foundation for you to get your dreams off the ground. And of course, they'll be modified based on what your dreams actually are. But you know what I'm talking about. There has to be a foundation. Um, and there has to be a purpose, a reason, and there's got to be reality. Okay. Because there will be some people who will be naysayers, but I'm going to talk more about that later on. But speaking of that, we're going to ease right into number four. And number four is that don't let pathetic, hate-filled, knuckle-dragging Neanderthal losers put a pin in your red balloon, okay? Jeez, don't let them do that to you because they're miserable. They're miserable later for them. Some folks in their sad, pathetic states, they find glee raining on your parade while they sit around with big backs and smelly pajamas eating processed foods, trying to tell you with glee, gusto, aplomb, and fervency what you should be doing with your life. Hello? Hello, what are you doing with yours but becoming some sort of cretin in a basement, that you should be tied up from people. Get it together. Leave people alone. Give them their space to express themselves how they want and their successes. If you don't want to deal with it, if you don't agree with it, you don't need to write about it. Do something to get your life together. Okay? So give me a break. I mean, it's ridiculous. A couple of weeks ago, I made a comment on an Insta post about a woman whose video was about not letting yourself go. And, I'm proud to say that since January, I've dropped about 20-25 pounds. And I made that comment, and someone had the gall, the audacity, the nerve to say to me, "Oh, I don't think 25 pounds from starting in January up until now is a lot of weight to lose. I mean, I don't even think it's worth you even mentioning. I mean, come on now, give me a break, you loser. You wet wipe." I'm sorry. No, I'm not. So, anywho, don't worry about people with their pathetic minds. I mean, you have to stay strong. You have to be committed, and you have to know what it is that you want, and you have to know that there's always going to be somebody somewhere talking ish about what you're trying to do. They're just sad and pathetic that they're not doing, and they don't have the verve, and they don't have the will, and they don't have the fortitude to go through with it. Okay, later for them, later. You know what? And like I said, you got to remove yourself from folks who don't have your best interests in mind. Huh? Like Beyonce says. Next, to the left, to the next, to the next, to the left, to the left. Okay, I never said I was a singer, but anywho, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, and number five, this is the last one, and if last and not least, do not let your age become a deterrent. Okay, according to Forbes magazine, entrepreneurial success gets higher with each passing year. However, your goals have to be realistic. Okay, they really do. If you're over 50 and you're thinking about starting a career as a sports, a major career in sports, and you're over 50, or if you're over 50 and you want to be a rapper, highly unlikely that those things will happen. However, if you want to become a trainer to up and coming athletes, or if you want to write rhymes and bars for rappers, those options are available. So, but we do have to be realistic, and because that will help the attainment of your goals much more realistic, and you won't get so discouraged so quickly. Okay, think about this now. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. I'll say it again for those in the back. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. I think that that is such an interesting uh, tidbit of knowledge and nuggets, and add it to your repertoire. Also, comparison is the thief of joy. Do not do it. Do not compare yourself. And I know it's difficult with all of these different options on social media, people doing this, people doing that, people looking fabulous, people living in their fabulous homes with their fabulous boyfriends, with their fabulous cars, with their fabulous boats, with their fabulous everything. It's like, good Lord, my God, is everything fabulous? No, it's not. They're just showing you the good parts, okay? So you cannot compare yourself. You are where you're supposed to be at the time where you're supposed to be there. Everything happens for a reason. The Lord knows where you're supposed to be, and He's got you. He's got your back, front, sides, all of that. It's all going to work out, but you must have faith. You must be diligent, and you must put in the work, okay? You can't allow negativity like that, comparing yourself, you can't allow that into your hemisphere. You don't want to allow that. You got to rebuke it. Rebuke it. You don't want that. Yeah, it might creep up there, but you got to take it out, squeeze it, and throw it away. It's not something that you should be pondering over and fretting about and letting uh, it usurp all of the goodness and the faith and the persistence that you want in your life as far as obtaining your goals. Okay, you got to realize that it's a process. It's a muscle. Faith is a muscle, and it's got to be utilized and worked on every day. And because each day is a gift. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. Okay, tomorrow's not guaranteed. So we don't have the luxury of all get around to it mindset, because we just don't know. We just don't know. So stop putting off what you've been thinking about doing for years. Write that book. Read what you're interested in writing about, and then write. And don't edit while you're writing. Don't start writing and then you're like, I don't like that sentence, or I don't want this, or maybe I should do this. But get it all out first. Just get it all out on your pen and your paper, or on your laptop. I'm old school, and I like to write with a pencil and pad. That's just what I do. And because the first draft is never the final draft. That's why there are so many drafts of different um, books, manuscripts, scripts, all kinds of things, music, everything. It's very rarely going to go after the first pass. And I used to work for someone who's very, very famous, who's very successful, who's very funny, who told me when I was his writer's assistant, we were working on scripts. He said, "Don't become married to your words. You do not become married to your words. That's a detriment to good writing, to writing that is compelling and interesting. Because too many words can bog down your manuscript and make it arduous and plotting, and you don't want that. So less is more in storytelling, and it really actually works. And I remember that tip when I was writing my second book, which is finished, about my experience as having an AVM, which is a brain aneurysm, arterial venous malformation, arteria. Take two, Robin. Did too. Arterial venous malformation I had in December 19th, 2008, as a matter of fact. And I finished the book, and I'm in the process of trying to get it published. Self-publishing looks like the best way. I really didn't want it to do that, but it looks like that's what will happen. It's a great book. It's compelling. It's interesting. It's a must read, and I want to get it out. So that is a quest of mine. That is a dream of mine, and I will get it published. And like I said, that's my second book. My first book I got published in 2009, right after my aneurysm. It's called Chocolate Lemons and Peppermint Tears: The Bittersweet Life of Xena. It was available on Amazon, but it's no longer. But you might be able to get it at bookstores that sell, out of date copies and unpublished copies and whatnot. So, check off the boxes on your bucket list and get that done. Just get her done, okay? You write, you paint, you take pictures, you go back to school, you start a YouTube channel, okay? Start a business, teach or learn a language, take a dance class, travel solo, become an AI guru. Do what you're going to do, baby, but get her done, okay? Get her done. We're going to be watching the next New Year's Eve ball drop in less than 6 weeks. Time cannot be taken for granted because she is going to plug along no matter what goes on. She is still plugging along. She's not waiting for you to catch up, okay? There's so much life left in you. Grab it by the horns and show it what it is. Show it what it is. Take that life, grab it by the horns and say, hey, I'm here. This is my life. This is what I want to do with it. And I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna get it done. And I know this is a little long and I'm almost finished. And I really appreciate you sticking around and listening and supporting and all that. You guys are the best. And one other thing, you don't have to be perfect, just be excellent. Be the best you can be, and only you know what that is. And also, you got to remember that, and this is from my pastor: excellence irritates enemies, and mediocrity wins popularity contests. Okay, that's just what it is. When you are excellent and when you are confident and secure and fabulous and beautiful and well spoken and well presented, you're gonna ruffle some feathers of people who don't have that and wish they had it and don't have the confidence or the energy or the wherewithal to achieve it. They're gonna look down at you like, who does she think she is? Why does she think that she has to look like that every day? How come I can't? How come she does? Later for that. To the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. And this is the last one. And this is very important. This quote comes from a special someone that I sleep next to every night. I've been sleeping next to this little guy since 2008 when I was going through my recovering from my aneurysm. My sister was kind enough to share him with me. And remember, you're braver than you believe, you're stronger than you seem, and you're smarter than you think. Yes, Winnie the Pooh. That's who I sleep with next to every night. He sleeps on a little pillow next to me, and I just love Winnie the Pooh. I just love Winnie the Pooh. So anyway, I'm gonna jump off. And again, thank you so much for listening to Robin R. Robinson, Big Age Love. I appreciate you so much. You guys are fabulous. You've been listening to the channel, you've been liking, you've been sharing, and just keep it up. And just it's just a wonderful thing, and I'm so happy, and I'm just glad that you like my content. If you have suggestions about other subjects, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Okay, I want you to have a marvelous Thanksgiving, because by the time you see this, Thanksgiving will be then less than a week away. I know you've got plans. I hope you hang out with people that you want to be with and like being with and love and all that, and enjoy all the marvelous carbs, okay? Because there will be bountiful and plentiful, and I'll see you soon. You take it easy. Peace, blessings. Stay wonderful, stay happy, stay blessed, stay beautiful, stay fabulous. All right, thank you so much, guys, for hanging with me. Big H Love with Robin R. Robinson. Take it easy now. Talk to you later. Bye.